Savvy Squad, what's up? Welcome back to episode 3 of Nothing Savvy. I am your host, Trent, and my co-host with me always is Parker.
What's up?
Big week, college football, off to a hot start. NFL's flexing out. We're here to kick it off with college football week 3 and some big upsets. Parker, what you got for us?
Big upsets is right, man. So many good shootouts that we watched from college football. NFL Week 2 had some great games going on as well. Really excited to talk through some of these things that went on over the past couple of days here. Looking at some of the chaos across the college football landscape, some of the, big upsets with unranked teams taking down some of the ranked opponents, things like that. But lots of things we can get into today, so really excited for it.
Yes, sir. We can just kick it off right away. Texas A&M, hot right off the bat.
Ooh.
Big game, huge game. And I mean, my brother was at this game, and I literally was texting him, and I was like, what a game to be at. I mean, just a nail biter all the way to the end. It was insane. We were questioning Marcel Reed, and I mean, at the end of that game, I was thinking to myself, I was like, if you wanted one quarterback to have the ball at the end of the game, it might be a guy like this, because I knew that he was going to throw the ball in the end zone and he wasn't going to get sacked. That was my whole thought process. And every single time they dropped back in the end of that game, he threw it every single time. And I was like, interception. And then it would bounce off or do something. I'd be like, interception, bounce off. And then he finally hooked up with Boakicher, who is from Nebraska transfer portal straight into A&M. So I was pretty pumped about that too. But all you Aggie fans got to be thrilled knocking down Notre Dame at the rank 8, and they dropped all the way down to 24, I believe. And A&M's just climbing up the top 25 at this point now.
Yeah, man. I think they finally broke the top 10. What a game. Had you on the edge of your seat. My wife was losing her mind as an alum, and so I loved that game. It was hot from start to finish. So many big moments. It did not let down. Other than now Notre Dame being 0-2, but man, it was such a joy to watch that game. Really, really enjoyed it all the way through.
That's what's hard about Notre Dame. They drop all the way down in the top 25. And you're sitting there thinking, this team goes in and plays two really hard teams right off the bat, Miami and A&M. And I'm like, what? And they're dropping. Yeah. And I'm like, these are hard games. And I understand it. You got to win games to stay up. But I got some teams in the top 25 where I'm like, you aren't really doing anything. And the teams that you're beating that are ranked, one of them's not even ranked anymore. So I feel for Notre Dame. I do.
I mean, that's the pros and cons of stacking your early schedule with some of these tough opponents rather than some of these these schools that what are the FBS schools, people like that. But I don't quote me on it. I thought I read somewhere earlier today that when the rankings came out, the new AP top 25, now Notre Dame being 0-2, ranked number 24. I believe I saw they're the first ranked team at 0-2 since 1988. I'll have to go double check that, but if that's the case, it's just that's those guys knowing that they're still legit, but they play some tough guys. They played some tough opponents.
They played Miami at number 10, lost 27-24, and then played A&M, and A&M was ranked 16, lost 41-40. I mean, those are close games, and you're at number 8. And you fall that far. I don't know who votes on this, but I don't either. If I'm watching those games, I'm like, I think we're gonna have our first top 15 team 0-2 because they're competing. Because Miami looks hot. They look really good, and to keep up with them 27-24, I don't. That's hard for me to. It's hard for me to swallow. It's a tough one.
Yeah, I mean. The thing is, if you want to continue to be ranked, you have to find a way to pull off these games, and they're their college football playoff hopes, they're slim to none right now, just based off these first couple of games. So they'll be a team to continue to watch, but I'll be interested to see if if they play another ranked opponent, they can take a loss. Is there any more respect given to them? Are they just a good team that can't pull it off? Who knows?
Yeah. They have one less game too, so that's what
Yeah.
kind of sucks too. I wish they'd have played someone at the beginning and just whooped them. Maybe that'd have kept them up in the. I mean, they'd have been 1-2 at that point, but
Mm-hmm.
that's a tough one.
Yeah.
And golly, that's just.
I mean, to your point, last week we were sitting here talking about Marcel Reed. Is he the guy? Can he really do these things? This
He
was
keeps
a big
doing it.
matchup. He does, and A&M pulls off a huge road win against number 8 Notre Dame. Reed threw
that's
for a huge game. Reed threw for
huge.
360 games. He had several clutch drives. That game winner with seconds left on the clock. Their receiver Craver explodes for over 200 receiving yards, and then their running back Moss ran in 3 touchdowns. Like, that's a pretty dominant performance. Really bad defensive game, but man, what a fun shootout that was.
Oh yeah, I mean we had many games that felt like bad defensive games. We go on to Georgia and Tennessee, 44-41. It did go into overtime, but they only did one bit of overtime. So I mean that game as well. I mean I was watching these games almost like one right after another, and that Georgia Tennessee game was another one that was just like, God, is anybody going to stop any of these guys? They just keep going down the field and scoring, and Tennessee just blows that right out of the gate. At the end there, and I feel so bad for that kicker. He looked like he was 12 years old in that helmet, dude. I hate kickers. I hate it for them, honestly. Not just that I hate them, but you're sitting there and you're just like, oh God, these guys have the hardest job on the team. They got to come out there. Oh yeah, you're kicking PATs all game, and then come out there and you're like, okay, I got a 30-yard field goal for the win. Hope nobody hates me.
Yep, it's the only thing you do. That's what everyone's saying. This is all you do.
This is all you do at practice. How do you miss a field goal?
Oh man,
so rough, man.
I was thinking about it and talking about that earlier. It's like watching all these kickers across college and NFL. It's like, man, they have so much pressure on them. This is the moment. The defense got the stop. The offense drove all the way down. There's 3 seconds left on the clock. They have to hit this at the buzzer to end the game. And I think the great ones are able to get it done. But it's what makes football awesome, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely, 100% agree.
Yeah,
there's 2 really good games. Another really good games, Georgia Tech and Clemson.
Man,
Clemson. And we called it last week.
We did.
Oh yeah,
we did.
We called it last week. We said that was going to be a good game. It was a good game. And Georgia Tech, they started off the year really rough. That Colorado game, they come out and they have 3 turnovers in 3 series. Like, bam, bam, bam. And I was like, Colorado's going to win this game because Georgia Tech can't even take care of the football. They come out and win that game. And I'm like, Colorado sucks.
Yeah.
They don't score a single point off of, or they got a field goal maybe off of 3 turnovers. And then Georgia Tech comes out and wins that game. They come out in this Clemson game, hardly any mistakes. They give it to Clemson, a really good game, but they pull out the win at the end.
That was such a fun. That was my favorite game of the day before the night game with A&M and Notre Dame. That game was that started off the day to be perfect. I was loving every moment of it. I always love seeing the upsets, the unranked versus ranked opponents, 100%. Especially against someone like Clemson, one of the blue bloods. Like, I loved it there. What other any other teams or schools that you're thinking about right now?
100%. They're in the top 15. Vandy versus South Carolina.
Yep.
They didn't just win as an unranked team. They blew the Gamecocks out of the ground. 31-7. I mean,
could not believe it.
It's just sad, dude. Absolutely sad.
In South Carolina, they were kind of doing well. They had come out to the start the year doing
2-0 going that game.
2-0, like hadn't really played anyone, but they looked fairly good. And then they come out here against Vanderbilt, and man, what's Vanderbilt's quarterback? Pavia, man,
Yeah.
he's still out there shocking the world. Kudos to him.
18 for
He's been fun.
25, 177 yards and 2 touchdowns. Good
Yeah, hey,
game.
that's efficient. Not huge, but he got it done.
Yeah.
Um, and thinking about the Big 12, Iowa State. Any thoughts there?
Man, I was just talking about them. I was kind of like shadowing over them when I was talking about the top 25. Iowa State is a team that's just they're sitting in the top 25, and I don't really think they should be there. They're in there because they were ranked in the preseason and they've kept winning. This is the thing that I have against the top 25. If we wait until 4 weeks, 5 weeks, Notre Dame probably never gets knocked out of the top 25 or the bottom part of the top 25. And
Yep.
Iowa State maybe stays at the bottom of the top 25, because I feel like this is a team that as soon as they run into somebody, they're just going to get blown out. And it's going to be devastating for Iowa State because they're number 14. Or wait, I don't actually know what their new rank is, but they got
12.
They really
12.
12. Okay, so they really don't. I mean, they got Arizona, Cincinnati, Colorado. I mean, they're getting into the Big 12 now, and the Big 12 is not that impressive. So they may hang in to
They're going to stick around.
Yeah, they're going to stick around in the top 25 for a while until they play someone that's good. And I think maybe Arizona State, TCU, and Kansas at the end of their schedule, but I don't.
There'll be an upset there somewhere.
Yeah,
they're right now.
Cincy might do it.
It doesn't look like they're playing Tech this year. It doesn't look like they're going to play BYU. That'll be a tough one. But as of right now, there's not a lot of good matchups for them. So they're going to have to continue to just win. And that's what you get rewarded for, is winning. When it comes to your conference play, like you get that automatic bid into the college football playoffs. So I don't know. I'm still not high on them. I think they're gonna eventually slip up here. Just barely beating teams right now. So we'll see how things kind of go. But I'm right there with you. I think they're a ticking time bomb.
Yeah, Cincy might actually do it. I forgot that Cincy's had such a good showing out ever since Nebraska played him, and when Nebraska played Cincy, I was like, God, I don't know if this team's good. I've been reading about them, and nobody's really impressed with them. But ever since they played Nebraska, they played Bowling Green, kind of struggled a little bit, and then their next game they put up 70 points. And Sorsby had 8 touchdowns since then, and he had nothing against Nebraska passing wise. He couldn't get the ball in the air at all. And I was like, either our secondary is just locked down, which they've shown they kind of are, but I don't know how to gauge it because we're playing these FCS schools that are just absolutely atrocious. But yeah, Cincy might actually be a good test for them. And if there's going to be an upset with Iowa State, I'm going to go ahead and take a hot take and say Cincy's going to beat them. And it might be a close game because I don't think they're much of a different team. But I think Cincy might pull that off and get like a good top 15 upset. And that would be, I'm loving it because college football right now is just set up for freaking upsets going into the big conference games.
It sure is, man. It's like you have some of these schools on these Cinderella runs, but then they might eventually run into someone that they shouldn't lose to, or they run into maybe like a juggernaut. Thinking of that right there, Miami at USF. Ooh, did we call that or what?
Dude,
I know I did.
I think I said USF was going to win. And then
I did not.
2 quarters into that game, I was like, yeah, I don't think Byron Brown has what it takes to beat this team. Miami looks scary, dude. My dad keeps texting me and he's like, I'm having flashbacks of when Nebraska used to play Miami. And I was like, yeah, this is a team that looks terrifying. And Beck I'm not a huge fan of Beck, but he's a really good quarterback.
He's a stud.
Yeah.
He was the missing piece for Miami for sure.
Yep. Your boys, Texas Tech, you want to talk about them?
Yeah, man. I mean, we haven't really had a big test as of yet, playing some of these small schools, but, what we've been able to do, how we've outscored them. I think it's like 170 something points to like maybe 30. I mean, the only scores that we've allowed in 3 games were trash time,
Yeah.
field goals or touchdowns when we
Second
have our
teams.
second teams in. And so we finally got to see, our starters play into the third quarter last game, which was nice. Baron Morton went off. I believe, pretty strongly that he's one of the better quarterbacks in the country right now. And so, you know, really, really big matchup next week. Texas 17 now playing number 16 Utah.
Good game.
I was really, really hopeful that was going to be the college game day pick. It's not. They went ahead and they went with Miami at Florida, or Florida going to Miami. Like that's
Florida's
not,
1-2 now.
Florida's terrible. Like, what are you doing? You have two of the hottest teams right now in the Big 12. Number 17 and 16, Tech and Utah squaring off, and to start Big 12 play, and that's going to be a really good test. Utah, they've had some low scoring games, got a stingy defense, but Tech's defense is completely revamped. As a Tech fan, we're not used to seeing our defense be this elite.
Oh yeah.
It is so refreshing. It is so fun to watch as we continue to score points. If we can keep up this, high octane offense, with this dominant defense, then I think we'll have a really good shot at the Big 12 title. Really excited for that game next week.
Yeah, that was the thing that a lot of people were talking about the Big 12, and I was like, they were talking crap about him. I was like, y'all don't know anything until the whole season is gone through. Like,
yep.
Leave everybody alone until you see a couple games under their belts. Like, let's stop talking about preseason hypes. And that's just, it's killing me with these preseason hypes trying to define the entire season. Yeah. Another really upsetting thing is just Texas struggling to get going. And I mean, the team might not be struggling to get going. Arch is just looking like he's not living up to the media hype that has just been thrown upon him.
It's so bad.
I feel bad for the guy. He looks like he's extremely uncomfortable in the pocket. He looks like he's struggling to get anything going. And his deep balls he's overthrowing people, but then his short balls, like his short to mid-range throws
are just,
and I've seen so many speculations or thoughts from other people just saying that he might be hurt or like there's something going on where he's just extremely uncomfortable, but they can't keep doing this every week. I mean, once you start playing in the SEC, they're going to get blown out. I can't not believe they're staying up there at number 7 like this.
I mean, that's just, they're winning. They've won. That's why they're not going to knock you for winning. Now, it was close until the third quarter, so we'll see how things shake out for them. Definitely not impressed pretty much with anything. The defense has been all right so far, but I don't know if I necessarily feel for him. I think with that hype comes a lot of responsibility. He's got to step up. They had a really good squad last year. They still have a good squad around them, but man, did you see he got booed by the Texas fans?
Yes, and there's one thing that like I don't care how bad a guy is doing. You don't boo your guy that's supposed to take you to the playoffs. Like as a Husker fan, I don't think I've ever seen a point in my life where we've booed a quarterback. And I mean, we've had some bad quarterbacks and we've had some bad teams in the past decade, if not more. And I've never seen our fans boo our players. It's just you just don't. You want to kill a guy's complete confidence. Morale.
Yeah, dude. Like they're shooting his confidence, man. Like, what are you doing? Like, that's not going to help. And like after the game, he's just sitting there. I got to do better. This is on me. And it's like, well, it's not all on you, but it is. But at the same time, man, as a Texas fan, what are y'all doing, man? Like, this is supposed to be it's going to take you to the promised land. You're not doing any good by shooting down boos at him. I don't understand it. I don't feel bad for his struggles, but I did feel bad for that.
Yeah, that was it. He doesn't deserve that. I mean, He's playing bad, yeah, but either bench him or get something figured out. The coach has got to figure something out. That's just it's horrible. I
Yeah.
hate to see it.
Well,
Um,
it's like last week I said, I don't know if they're doing enough to help complement his play style
yeah.
and what he's good at. I think it might be more than that. I think it's maybe there's something going on with him. Maybe it's that he's in his head. It's somehow
Mhm.
he's in his head, and it's gotten to him. So either someone on the team is a leader, or someone on the coaching staff, they got to help him out. There's something going on in his head.
Yeah, there's something's going on. Definitely something. Uh,
Yeah.
Another game, LSU in Florida. Not a
Yep.
really exciting game. Didn't I mean I watched a little bit of it and then I quickly switched over to the A&M game.
Oh yeah.
But Garrett Marsu, or I don't know how to pronounce. I think it's Marceau or Marsu or whatever. He's like a Heisman hopeful. Like I saw a couple threads coming out. People had him like ranked in the Heisman, but he just doesn't look really impressive. I mean, he's not doing great,
No.
but they barely
No.
beat Florida.
Are you talking about the quarterback for
Newsmeyer, yeah,
Nussmeyer? Yeah.
yeah,
Man, you butchered that one.
yeah, yeah. I did. I am not good
Yeah.
with names.
No, I mean he's a big guy. He looked a lot better last year, but yeah, this game 15 for 27, 220 yards, a touchdown and a pick. That's
Yeah.
not that great. Like the game wasn't necessarily that close. I
Hmm.
mean it was 20-10, but it didn't necessarily look as close as it was. So you know, I their defense is what's keeping them alive, and if they want to
Yep.
if they want to beat some other better teams other than Florida, they're going to have to really pick up that offense.
Yeah, Lagway threw 5 interceptions. You can tell me who won that game just by telling me he threw 5
Dude,
interceptions.
I was watching, and I don't know if I switched the game at 4 or 5. No, I switched it at 5 interceptions, and I could not believe. I'm like, why is this guy still in the game?
He's supposed to be their big guy. They're supposed to be their
Yeah,
saving grace, is what I was hearing in the preseasons.
what
Although at
wasn't
height,
he? Wasn't he the number one recruit coming out of Florida?
hmm
Yeah,
he was
that's
like the supposed to be their big thing, and I was like, dude,
he does not like the
true
part.
freshman quarterbacks are gonna make those mistakes. They're gonna throw
They are.
interceptions. It's not high school anymore. You can't throw a
No,
crazy ball and have
across your body.
yeah.
No, across the field. No, and he made get the guy some credit. The kid made some good throws to where you're like, okay,
Hmm.
I see where some of the hype's from, but just the mistakes, like
Yeah.
over and over and over times 5 and more.
Raiola did the same thing last year, and like a lot of people were super hard on him, and I was like, dude, he's gonna make these mistakes. He's a true freshman. This year, he changed so much about his game. He's rolling outside the pocket instead of just throwing a crazy like hard ball to get on the money. He's rolling
Yeah,
outside the pocket and like moving the play on instead of just like forcing balls into double coverage. And there's a huge change. He hasn't thrown an interception yet.
yeah. Well,
Knock on wood.
by changing his game, you mean he watched some more Pat Mahomes tape?
Yes, 100%. Yeah, he.
I know we've talked
Leave
about
him
it.
alone.
He tries to walk like him.
Dude,
He
it's
jogs like him. He does his
hey.
drop back like him. Like, hey, if you're
Let
gonna
me let me
emulate your
tell you
game after your
something.
guy, that he's the guy, but still.
If we go and beat Michigan and he literally comes out and has a Patrick Mahomes face on, I don't care as long as we're winning games. I don't care
Yeah.
what's happening. If he keeps throwing for 200 or 300 yards per game and no interceptions and 2 to 3 touchdowns, he could literally change his entire face to look like Patrick Mahomes, and I wouldn't care. It's crazy. What
It
they're
is
just
it is
he had like a whole interview over just that one time,
yeah.
and he looked really annoyed because I think he has a lot of aneurysms that are like him, and his hair was already like that before he got to college. And then he's number 15 for Tim Tebow. He's been number 15 since Pee Wee. There's just so many things that are,
He's number
but
15. He wears red. He
the only
had
thing
the same haircut. He walks like
that
him. He tries to throw like him. He jogs.
they have the same quarterback coach. Okay. So they
Okay.
throw off the same mechanics for that. But then the only thing that gets me is the pregame warm up. I'm like, dude, you got to change it. It is literally to the T the same as
Yeah,
Mahomes. But
no,
yeah,
it's credit the guy.
but
He's playing lights out, but it is
yeah,
so funny to watch. Like it's like, okay, he's really trying to be like him, but who else
he's lighting it
better?
up,
Who else better to be like, man? Like, hey, if you're gonna
right?
emulate your game, try to look like Mahomes, man.
Kobe did it for Michael Jordan. I mean,
Yeah.
he stole like all of his moves and
Yep.
like mimicked him a little bit to be like his, or like changed him a little bit to be his own
Hmm.
thing. But I'm like, there's other players that have done this. They've mimicked guys that have already been successful and had great careers. And it's
Yeah.
just, actually, I think it's because he's at Nebraska. If he was at Texas and doing that, I mean, they would be literally, they would have a statue built in Austin already.
Yep.
But no, it's just Nebraska. We're easy to hate because we suck or we used to suck.
Who? Who?
Yeah, who used to be Blue Bloods? Everybody's been fighting
Um,
about that too.
yeah, you're the Dallas Cowboys of college, man.
Oh, 100%. It feels so bad every week. Like we can go in and blow out Michigan and they'll still find something negative to say about Nebraska. And I'm like, dude, come
Yeah,
on.
yeah. Well, speaking of Dallas, do you have a chance to watch a good amount of those NFL games today?
A bunch.
Yeah,
Not a bunch. I watched the Dallas game. It was absolutely amazing and
wonderful.
a nail biter. But
Yep.
we thought it was going to be a blowout. I thought they were finally just going to kill a team. But like I said last week, the Giants aren't bad. They needed a quarterback, and today Russell Wilson figured it out. Apparently,
Career highs, man. Russ balled out. He was cooking, and he made the Dallas secondary look like they had no clue what was going on. The Giants, uh, they have a lot of good tools. I think maybe they're on their way on the up for in the next couple of years. We'll see how Dart does. But they do have a really dominant defensive line, and that really
yeah,
showed out today because the Cowboys have a good offensive line.
mm-hmm.
It's nothing to just balk at, and so they did a really good job about getting pressure on Dak today. But man, what a game from start to finish. And thank the Lord that we have Brandon Aubrey. That man, I wish I did anything as well as Brandon Aubrey
Mister.
kicks the
Oh
football.
yes, 100%. Literally, Madison was standing behind me, and she was like, "Oh, I hope they make this field goal." And I was like, "I turn around, babe. They got Aubrey," and then
Yep.
boom, kicks it straight through the uprights. I was like, "They got Aubrey. He's
It
not
doesn't
missing
matter.
this."
No. And it's like, it makes you wonder. It's like, my wife played soccer at A&M. I'm like, why doesn't anyone else go pick up a soccer player? All they do is kick a ball for a
Oh
living.
yeah,
And that's what the Cowboys did. And it's like, this is working out great.
pick up soccer players for kicking field goals and rugby guys for punting.
Yep.
Nebraska picked up this guy who's never played football a day in his life, comes in his first game and puts like 4 punts within like the 10-yard line, inside the 10.
Yep.
And I'm like, why is nobody else picking this up? What's going on? Like soccer players have been kicking balls since they were like 3. Like these guys haven't been kicking field goals since they were 3.
No, man.
It's crazy.
It's so awesome to watch him. You're like, well, we got to the 50. We're in field goal range.
Yeah,
like,
we're done. This game's over.
I will say this: he's gonna hit a 70-yard before he's done. It's going
He
to
has
happen.
to.
I mean,
They got to let him do it.
he tied or broke the record that we called that timeout on last year.
Mhm.
He's hit a 65 or 66, and Justin Tucker has the one that's 1 yard past that.
Yeah.
And he's gonna pass it. He hit that 64-yarder today. That thing was good from 70. Like,
It was,
no doubt.
it had so much more heat on it.
Mm-hmm. Nah, that was a really fun game. But watching Russell Wilson, man, he and Dak Prescott were in a shootout, man. Like, Russ, career game, torching Dallas's defense. He was 30 of 41 for 450 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Insane
That's
game.
insane. And then Dak, he was resilient against the G-men. 38 of 52, 361 yards and 2 touchdowns. Like, every time Russ would just drop bombs on the Cowboys defense, Dak would just come back down. He just came back every single time doing what he had to. And it was a really fun game to watch, other than being mad that your defense couldn't stop anything. But it was a great offensive showing.
Yeah, I don't even know if it was really Russ more than it was Neighbors and Wandale Robinson coming out. Like Wandale Robinson, I kept thinking like, when is he gonna break through? Because he did really good at Nebraska, he did really good at Kentucky. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, he's a really good receiver. And like last year, I think he got hurt halfway through the year or something like that. And I was like, dang it, I really thought this was going to be his year. And then this year he comes out and I mean, I picked him up off the waiver wire in the fantasy football in 2 of my leagues. And I was like, he was just a guy that nobody really thought he was gonna be that good. And
Yeah.
I think it was just them two beating the Cowboys secondary. Like he would
Yep.
just drop a bomb and I'd be like, where's that going? And then all of a sudden it was either Neighbors or Wandale Robinson just 10 yards past the Cowboys secondary. And I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah. Well,
I
and
thought that game was over whenever they went into the overtime part. And
yep.
I was like, he's just going to throw a bomb. But
Yep.
they must have been playing way deep on him because they never got anything on him.
Well, Rush just chunked that ball up, and he's like, "Well, Neighbors is over there somewhere." And then
Yeah.
Donovan Wilson just is like easiest pick of his
Mm-hmm.
life. He's like, "Well, I'll take this." So that was awesome.
He was running
But
a
yeah,
corner route and he
yeah.
just threw it to the middle of the field. I was like, what are you, Russ? And I was like, there's the Russ I know.
Mhm.
There he is.
Yeah.
Damn.
No. But what other games got your attention? Anything? Any other surprises?
Oh yeah. So not really a surprise to me because I knew the Lions could do this to the Bears. I just didn't know where our offense was after that first game. Uh, they come out and beat the Bears 52-21, and I was like, great game. We're playing against our old offensive coordinator. A little bit of taste, like welcome to the head coach era, buddy.
Yep.
So, and I mean, he looked super frustrated in the interview after the game, the post interview. I mean, they were asking him some wild questions too. They're like, how do you feel about Dan Campbell getting that extra touchdown on fourth down?" And he was like, "It's Dan Campbell. What do you think he's going to do on fourth down? He's going for it." Like, yeah, that was a dumb question, but I think he was really frustrated just because he was playing his old team. We didn't look that great, and I think he actually thought he had a shot. But Jared Goff came out and just absolutely blew it up in that game.
Yep.
He had 23 for 28. 23 for 28.
It's pretty efficient.
334 yards and 5 touchdowns. Blew it up. Awesome game for the Lions. They also ran very well. Defense looked great too. But that also scares me with how good the Packers are.
Yep.
Because if they have that ability to be able to do that, the Packers are really good.
Yeah.
That scares me.
No,
That
I
scares me a
think
lot.
uh, I'm on the fence. I think the Packers are really good. You know, they're probably the team to beat in the NFC right now, maybe other than the Eagles. But I think some of it might have to do with Week 1. Just kind of some knocking some rust off and getting things clicking again. And yeah, the Lions really had things clicking today. They looked like the Lions of last year, and
Yep.
so it'll be a lot of fun to continue to watch there. Some other games that I was paying attention to there were the Bills versus the Jets. Just absolutely dominant performance by the Bills defense there. The Jets secondary might be worse than the Cowboys. And then, of course, Justin Fields went out a little early there. What do you have, a concussion? I think.
I'm not sure about that one.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what happened, but yeah. So Bills, their defense is real stingy right now. They're looking really good. Josh Allen's still Josh Allen. But yeah. And then what is this for the Titans? Are they 0-2 now? Cam Ward starts out his
Yeah.
career 0-2, gets taken down by the Rams. Huge show out by the Rams running back Corum. He played a really big role in today's game. Stafford looked like he was getting things rolling as well.
Yeah, that's a tough team to come in. I mean, Cam Ward's got he's got it cut out for him a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, that wasn't a good team, like a really, really good team to come into and just have a good rookie quarterback come in and like show out. So yeah, going up against the Rams, I mean, Stafford's a very veteran type guy. He's going to get that offense rolling at some point, and today he did. So I feel for Cam Ward a little bit on that. Just like I don't expect him to have like a super amazing year, but I do expect him to have a good career. He has the right head on his shoulders. He's very confident in his game, and he tries to take that lead role on at the Titans. So
Yeah.
Hopefully they can get something together because I actually like Cam Ward a lot.
Yeah. He's a good player.
Oh yeah.
And then, after last week showing the resurgence of Aaron Rodgers, he struggled pretty good today against the Seahawks. He got
Yep.
picked off twice, sacked 3 times. The Steelers' offensive line, it seems like it's in shambles right now. They were getting destroyed against the Seahawks today. So that was a kind of a little setback there. I think a lot of the Steelers fans thought, hey, maybe we have the second coming of Aaron Rodgers, or even the third coming. We got a little steal here, but no, they took a step back in my mind.
Yeah, they must have had some pretty good pressures because QB hits they had 6 on there. They only had 3 sacks, but they were getting to Aaron Rodgers, and a guy at that age, and you're hitting him a lot. That offensive line is probably going to get yelled at.
Yeah, he can't move like he used to.
Yeah, I mean he went from a QB rating of 91 to a 58. So, yeesh.
Yeah, that's pretty tough. But
That's a tough game.
What any big standout performances from you that you kind of saw?
I would say Devontae Adams.
Yeah, man.
That's kind of a guy that the past couple of years we've been seeing him kind of float around to teams. Everybody's kind of wondering if he still has it, if he's gonna keep producing like he was. I mean, he's been upset, and he came out and he played a really good game with the Rams. Let's see if I can get his stats up. I'm not sure if I have them really quick, but yeah, that's what. Let's go to the box. Oh, 6 receptions, 106 yards, and 1 touchdown.
Hey,
and Puka Nacua. I mean, you got him and Puka Nacua, and Puka Nacua is following up that as well. So I mean, I didn't think he was going to really do anything on the Rams at all,
no.
just from seeing what he did the past few years. But
it was definitely a wild game there. I think for me, it was a weird game. I think I called it last week. I had the Jags upsetting the Bengals. They nearly pulled it off. Now we did see Joe Burrow go out, and Jay Browning came in. He looked okay. I mean, he did have 3 interceptions. But he was 21 for 32, 241 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
And so he got the job done. He helped them win there. Big performance from Jamar Chase. He had 14 receptions for 165 yards and a touchdown. That's pretty good.
That's getting it done.
Yeah, man.
That's what we call getting it done.
Getting it done. Yeah.
Another a guy that I didn't know that was going to actually I don't know, ETN.
Mm-hmm.
He had a good game, 14 carries, 71 yards. Didn't have a touchdown. But yeah, it's just no, he did have a touchdown, 2 receptions, 18 yards, and a touchdown. So yeah, he's stacking up your targets. He's stacking up carries.
Yeah, man.
I mean, he's a workforce on that Jaguars team.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm still not sold on Trevor Lawrence. I'm sorry. Every year, I just think maybe this will be his year. But I mean, 24 for 42. I mean, you're almost 50%.
And then he had 3 touchdowns and 2 interceptions.
Yeah.
I don't know. He was supposed to be like the equivalent of Joe Burrow, man. Like they're night and day between those 2 guys.
They really don't have that much on as a receiving core. If you want to talk about big names or anything, I mean, they got Travis Hunter, but Travis Hunter brought in.
Well, they have Brian Thomas Jr. He's their number 1.
Yeah.
I mean, today he had 4 receptions for 49 yards and no touchdowns. Like, he was kind of shut down there. He didn't get a lot of targets, and last year he balled out. I did see some highlights from Parker Washington, one of their other wide receivers. He had 5 for 76 today, which is pretty good.
That's pretty good.
I mean, overall, nothing to go crazy about for the Jags on the receiving end today. I think if they want to go anywhere, Trevor Lawrence what year is this for him? He's got to step it up.
5 or 6? Is it 5 or 6 or more? It's got to be 5 or 6.
Yeah, it's coming up pretty
if
close.
Not more.
Let's see. He was drafted in 2021. So yeah, this is what year
Yeah.
five for him. So yeah, this will be a telling year. Did the Jags already has he been paid or is he on a contract year?
I have no idea. I don't really keep up with him. I kept picking him up in fantasy for my backup, hoping he would like take off at some point.
Yeah. No,
I don't know his deal.
He got a 5-year, $275 million extension with the Jags in
Not
2024.
bad.
So
Why
the
he's
time
staying
that
in there.
it was one of the largest at the time. I mean, they paid him early, or I guess not early, but they paid him, so they're gonna stick with him.
Yeah, I think he's got the mechanics. I just don't know what he's. My always thing was that he always overthrew guys, or he threw it too
Mhm.
high. He was always throwing it over their heads, and I was like, "What do you like? He's right there.
You
He's
know,
right there.
honestly,
Just throw it to him. I know there's a lot of big, really big guys in front of you, but just throw him the ball."
he might be another one of those guys that need a change of scenery. You know, like
Yeah.
we saw it with Jared Goff. You know,
Yep.
another number one overall pick. Yeah, that he was. What he went to Super Bowl, right? No, did he go to Super Bowl with the
Goff?
Rams? Yeah, did he go to Super Bowl with the Rams? Thought he did.
No, no,
No,
he didn't do very good at the Rams. And then the
no,
first year
but they
that
ended up.
Matthew Stafford and him switched, they both went far.
Yeah,
And well, Matthew Stafford won, but
but like, yeah, he gets traded to Detroit, and he looks like the guy he was made out to be. So
Mhm.
maybe maybe that's something that eventually might need to happen with Trevor Lawrence. Heck, it's working for Daniel Jones. He had
Mhm.
another good showing today. That was a crazy game. Did you have a chance to watch the Colts game?
I did not watch the Colts game, but I did. I kept seeing all the hype around it.
Yeah, no, it was an entertaining one. They played the Broncos, ended up winning 29-28. It was so close. Really enjoyed that one there. I don't think Daniel
Yeah,
Jones had
God,
like a crazy day, but hey, he pulled out another win. You know, their
QB
first.
rating of 107
Yeah,
or
that's serv
78.
that's serv. Oh,
So,
wow. Either way, he's getting the part done. They're first in the AFC South right now, sitting at 2-0.
mhm.
So, another team to continue to keep watching. I'm definitely keeping my eyes on them. Um, uh, I thought of something earlier. Did you see the points scored? What you were talking about the Cowboys game and Giants. Did you see how many points were scored in the fourth quarter
For
against the Giants today? The Cowboys Giants combined 41 points in the fourth quarter.
oh yeah, 20 and 20.
20 and
Yeah, it
21
just. I
points.
mean, it came on loose. Like I was like every single time I would like be sitting there like, okay, we could score. This game will be over, and then, bam, touchdown from Russell Wilson. I'm like, what is
Yep.
happening?
Uh,
It's like, what is this game? It's like we're typical Cowboys, just gonna throw this game away. And I was like, wait, we're a different team. We could actually score when we want to now.
yeah, man.
Insane.
It was a lot of fun to watch. They finally got George Pickens going a little bit there. CD Lamb, pretty
Yeah,
quiet.
dude.
He was pretty quiet in the first half, but then he started to get some more target share towards the end of the game there, which was good to see. Uh, been little more impressed with their run game overall.
Yeah, Williams is a hard runner.
He is, man. He is. As Texan Josh, give him a shout out here. He said he's the real deal. And so Javante, 18 carries for 97 today and a touchdown. That touchdown run was solid.
Yeah, it
I was
was.
impressed by that there. So we didn't go out and draft a running back super high. I think we talked about it last week with Blue. He was
Hmm.
he was a healthy scratch again. Inactive for 2 weeks in a row. I think we took him in the fifth round. But overall, between the two running backs for the Cowboys and Wilson and Miles Sanders, definitely pretty good show out.
Yeah, it's looking. See, the Cowboys haven't had a guy like that in a little bit since probably Zeke. That's been able just to carry the workforce or the workload for the running backs. And
Yeah,
I mean,
downhill runner.
yeah, and Miles Sanders, he does his job. He comes in. I mean, he
Mm-hmm.
had a touchdown today. He comes in and he does what needs to be done as a backup.
Yep.
And Williams does what he needs to do, which is run really hard. He is not afraid to contact. That dude, Every
No.
time he gets to the line, he's like straight in, and I'm like, dude, this guy. He's like Scatabo. Scatabo does the same thing. When he goes to that line, his head is down and he's hunting.
Yep.
It's
You can
crazy.
sign me up for a guy like that all day. Just downhill
Yep.
runner. He's just going to grind it out. He's not afraid of contact. Like, yeah, man, Javonte Williams, he averaged nearly 5.5 yards a carry. That's gonna lead the league if he can continue to do something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, CD 112 yards on 9 receptions today, really good. So I didn't see what happened afterwards, or if they talked about it with Turpin. Saw that he did go out. I didn't see him come back in. Did you by chance?
No, I thought I did, but that was the wrong guy. I get him and Tolbert mixed up all the time.
How you getting Turpin mixed up? No. Turpin's like 5'8", like 170 pounds soaking
Isn't
wet. The
Tolbert
fastest dude in
small
the
too?
league. No.
Oh,
Jalen Tolbert's
he looks small
probably,
out there.
he's probably at least 6'1". Yeah, he's 6'1", 194 pounds.
He's small.
And then yeah, and then
No,
Turpin
I don't know why I get him mixed up. Then I don't know.
They have Turpin listed at 5'9", maybe with his helmet on. He's soaking wet, 152 pounds.
He needs to put that big pillow one on.
152 pounds, dude. But
Yeah,
he's one of the
I don't
fastest
know
people
why
in
I
the
get
league.
him mixed up. Then
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I was calling him Turpin the whole game because I was like, why does Turpin keep dropping all these balls? It was number one. It was Tolbert, but
it's your dyslexia, man. Tolbert, Turpin.
Yeah, it must be. I don't know why I get those two guys mixed up all the time.
Nah, but I'm hoping that I'll have to go look and see that Turpin's able to come back. You know, he's a real threat when it comes to special teams. And he actually had a pretty good showing today. Dak was actually getting him the ball.
Yeah.
You know, let me see. He had, rushing. Yeah, he had 4 for 47 on receiving. So that's, nearly 12 yards a target. So that's not too bad.
And he went out in the beginning of the third quarter or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. So something to look out for, see if he comes back. If he is injured, hopefully he heals up pretty quickly there. But yeah, any other, big moments for you? Anything else that stuck out?
Not really just NFL, but fantasy wise we're starting to see like who's going to be consistent, who's going to get the games done for you. A-Chain is really, I knew he was good, but I didn't know he was just going to be like a consistent. He had another 20-point game, 26 points. So, and then McCaffrey, I was iffy on McCaffrey too, just because he's injury prone. He's just a guy that loves to go out for like 2 to 3 weeks, come back, and then do the same thing he was doing at the beginning. Another 20-point game for him. The running backs are starting to get settled in. I feel like Robinson's still in his game. Oh no, they won. He got a 20-point game. And then, the receivers are kind of just going nuts. I feel like there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys that are above or 28 and above. And then the rest are still guys in the 20s down below.
Yep.
And you're just these 2 guys that almost scored 3 guys that almost scored 40 points. Jamar Chase, Neighbors, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. So if you got those guys, you're eating this week.
Yeah, no, the receivers, they went off this week. Dunze, Chase, Neighbors, Amon-Ra, Wandell, Puka Nacua. Hey, welcome back.
Puka Nacua, welcome back, bud.
He had a good points. Week, man. Amon-Ra, he either killed you this week or he definitely won you. Probably a couple, probably your matchup. That was unreal from him.
3 touchdowns.
Yeah, one I'm going to keep an eye on is, Jamar Chase. He did have, maybe the 3rd best performance this week, but with Joe Burrow going down, sounds like he has toe injury there, and it's potentially going to be out for at least 3 months.
Rough one.
Jake Browning, I don't know if he's going to be able to continue that there. For some of the other receivers that are on the Bengals there, that might hurt them. I think Jamar Chase is going to get his targets, but I don't know if he's going to be able to put up the numbers that we saw last year and that we expect out of
Right.
him with Burrow out. That might have been a killer for the season for the Bengals, and they've started up 2-0. Yeah, that's gotta be a real downer for them.
Oh yeah, they haven't started out hot in like 3 to 4 years or something like that, and then they come
Yeah.
out and start 2-0, and then you lose your quarterback to turf toe.
Yep.
Probably the one of like the most like aggravating injuries I've had. Turf toe. It's absolutely horrible. It hurts just to put pressure on it. I mean, it's not a fun one. It's just a hyper. If anybody doesn't know, everybody always thinks it's like stubbing your toe. That's not what a
Mm-hmm.
turf toe is. It's hyperextension of the toe. It's all those ligaments that I guess underneath the toe or whatever, just freaking, and then you're just done.
You can't
And
put
it
any
hurts.
pressure. You can't put any pressure on it, or
Mm-mm.
or push off of that there. Which,
Yeah, it's horrible.
as a quarterback, if it's on your back foot, that's where a lot of your
Mm-hmm.
your throwing motion is coming from, and power is coming from that back foot. And so, it's I was talking about it earlier. It's like with Joe Burrow, with him being out again, I feel like we're getting close to being robbed of one of the greats or could be greats.
Yeah.
It's like with Mike Trout, one of the most talented baseball players of all time. We got to see him just destroy for several years, and then the back half of the career has just been injury riddled. I'm starting to feel like Joe Burrow is going to be on that path there. That maybe he's just an injury prone guy, and we don't get to see what could have been.
Yep. Yeah, that would really suck. A guy that did really good this week that I was impressed with is Drake May. I think
Yeah.
he came out and had a really good game for his team. Scored 26 points for y'all. I don't know if anybody has him starting. If you do, you probably are really excited about it
Oh yeah.
because he's one of the top quarterbacks this week. He's right with Lamar Jackson, so I would be pretty pumped. But he's
Yeah.
probably sitting on a lot of people's benches right now, scoring 26 points.
Very likely is. And
Yeah.
another one that I kind of took a flyer on. I wasn't sure how well he was going to do with maybe share targets was Tucker Kraft for Green Bay.
Oh yeah.
I think he led the way for all tight ends. 24.5 points there. Had six receptions, 124 yards, and a touchdown. Like, I've been starting him, every week so far, and been rewarded for it for both games. So
Yeah.
happy with him so far. We'll see if he continues to get some of those targets that he has so far. It seems like he's going to be as of late, he's been a favorite target for Jordan Love.
Yeah, hey, that usually gets it done. When you're a good quarterback, I always like talk. Tony Romo was really good, and you know who he had? Jason Witten, and he
Yes,
was
sir.
his Mr. Dependable. I mean, anytime where you're third in anything, it
Yep.
was like, I don't know why they didn't put 4 guys on Witten because it was going to Witten.
Yep.
Every single time. I feel like you need that really strong tight end. You need that guy that's just like, he's not fast, he's not shifty, but he's
Nope.
gonna get open. He's a great route runner.
He knows how to find that spot for that first down. When it's mid range, 3rd and 4 to 3rd and 8, they know exactly where to go. They're going to go left or right, look at that outside backer, and figure it out. Another good performance that I did get to see a little bit of was Mac Jones stepping in for the injured Brock Purdy, 49ers against New Orleans. That was a pretty good showing for him, man. He
Oh yeah.
I wasn't sure how well he was going to be as a backup. He didn't do great in New England, but they're the Niners 2-0, man, and they're probably more injured than any team in the NFL right now, and they continue to roll.
That's crazy because I mean another quarterback that just doesn't really do much on a team and then goes to another one. 26 for 39, 279 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's filling the hole. Like that's all he needs to do.
He found Juwan Jennings a bunch.
And I put him on the bench this week.
Yeah, you lost out on 20 points right there.
Oh, I lost out on a lot of points. I mean, I think my bench in one of my leagues outscored my actual team that was in the roster spots. It was a
Yeah.
very rough week for Trent here. It wasn't in our league, but it was in my other really big league, and I wanted to cry every single time I looked at my roster. I was like, this is disheartening. I had Jared Goff, Wan'Dale Robinson, George Pickens, and who the heck did we just talk about? Who was that? Oh, Juwan Jennings.
John
I
Jennings.
mean, like people scoring 30 points on my bench. Two guys
Yeah.
scored 30 points on my bench. I'm like, I literally want to put my head in the ground.
Yeah.
Horrible.
No, I feel for you, man. Those are the ones that you're just sitting there cringing, like, what am I doing? Like,
Yeah.
is this just a year where I'm just making those mistakes? I know you didn't join it, but the Chopped League this
It
year
seems
that Sleeper came out with.
mm-hmm.
So for the listeners that don't understand, so on Sleeper Fantasy Football, they have this new format where you don't have a head-to-head matchup every single week. Instead, you're basically playing against the entire league, and the lowest score, like the lowest fantasy team every single week, automatically gets eliminated. And so every week you're just sitting there. You might get chopped, or you might survive, and it kind of shows you, who's in the chop, like who's in the chop zone and danger zone, or who's safe, like leading up to it.
That's awesome.
The fun thing is, so like we have our fab, like our free agent budget there, and when so last week our first person got chopped from the league, his entire team is now up for bidding, and so
Oh man, that's awesome.
yeah, so
That
like
is cool.
so he had Amon-Ra St. Brown, and I bid
Oh no.
149 fab points.
Out
Almost
of 200?
300.
300? Okay.
I bid 149. The winner bid 150, and I was like, dude, if I would have added that to I'm first in it right now, overall points for 2 weeks. If I would have
Added
got
Amon-Ra?
Amon-Ra,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
because listen to this lineup right now. So Pat Mahomes today 27, Saquon 17, Stevenson running back from New England 23, Tyreek Hill 21, Adunze 35, Tucker Craft 31.
Good gosh.
Dude, I'm projected for almost 190 points. So
Oh
this league's a
my.
lot of fun, man. It's kind of a blast. You never know, like who's gonna. Now I'm looking ahead. I'm like, okay, which teams are probably gonna get cut?
That's the exciting point now, because you're just like, well, that guy already spent like 150. Half
Yeah.
of his stuff's gone. So then
Well,
you just wait on other people to get out and just start bidding on
yep.
all these other guys. That's
Well, and
crazy.
I didn't know it until today. I was texting the league manager Cam, and I was like, "Hey, how come one guy has a fab budget of 400?" He's like, "Oh, he traded a player for more money." I'm like, "Oh, I didn't know you could do that. You
Oh
can include your fab budget in the trade."
man,
So
I missed out on this league.
yeah, man, it's really really entertaining.
That's
Like,
awesome.
we had low buy-ins on it, but it's super fun to watch.
Yeah, I
Because like
bet.
towards the end, these teams are going to be absolutely stacked.
Oh yeah,
And
you're gonna have literally everybody like that at the very end with like 4 teams left.
yeah,
They're gonna have every good team or every good player in there.
yep,
You're gonna be scoring like 300 points.
yeah. Like we started with 17 people in the league, and so we're going to go all the way through. And
That's nuts.
even if I get knocked out, I'm going to watch this because I want to see what kind of crazy points are getting put up by
Oh
these
yeah,
teams.
you won't get knocked out for a while with that team. That's insane.
No, I got a pretty good one so far. I've been pretty happy with it, man.
Yeah, that's the great thing about fantasy football. Is just the excitement of it. The horrible part of it is, if anybody else, I know there's a lot of other people out there like me that is just they're scoring 130 points every week, and then you run into guys like I'm playing Hughes this week, and he's predicted to score 180. He's got 162 points right now, and I'm predicted to score 134. The average amount that's good enough to usually win you a game.
Yeah,
and it's just, I wish we'd have
180 in
went
our
to
league
the.
is unreal. That's
Oh yeah,
ridiculous.
I've only had a team of that caliber once, and it was the year that I won against you, and I scored 200 points in the championship.
Yeah. Well, thank
Just
you.
an
Reminder.
unbelievable, yeah. It was. I put in a guy. I cannot remember. I think it was Chark or Shark or whatever his last name, DJ Chark or something like that.
Yeah.
I put him in at the end. I picked him off the waiver wires because one of my guys got hurt, and he scored like 35 points as a flex guy. And then like my whole team scored like almost 30 to 28 points, and I was like, "This is unreal." But
Gotta love
it's
fantasy,
just,
man.
yeah, gotta love it. Gotta love it and gotta hate it. But I feel for everybody else that's having the year like me. Oh, it's gonna start. Oh, actually, I'll be 1-1, but then I'll be up there, like right in the top points scored, probably number 3 or 4, and I'm 1-1. It's just tough. Just tough.
It sure is, man. It was a really, really fun week just across college and the NFL. Lots of upsets, lots of blowouts, and a lot of really good competitive games. Love the action across the board. Props to all those players that came out and put up some unexpected performances there. Some of the QBs that rose to the moment. Really enjoyed watching it, and I'm excited for next week. Just, of course, my Red Raiders, more college football, and then NFL.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, college football, we got Auburn, Oklahoma, 22-11. Nebraska versus Michigan. That's unranked versus 21. Michigan's 2-1, Nebraska's 3-0. South Carolina and Missouri will be a good game. South Carolina dropped out of the they were in the top 25. They dropped out of top 25. Missouri's ranked 23. Miami and Florida is you said they're the big noon kickoff.
No,
Miami, Florida. College game day.
College game day.
Yeah, college game day.
Tech and Utah are the big noon kickoff.
Yeah, big noon kickoff. Illinois and Indiana will be a really good game to watch too. They're both undefeated. Illinois is ranked number 9. Indiana's 19. LSU is playing some crap team. Texas is playing Sam Houston. I wish they would play a real team. I want to see them versus a real team. And then the last top 25 team is USC and Michigan State. Is another one. I wouldn't sleep on Michigan State.
I haven't watched them this year.
They're not the same Michigan State they have been in the past 3 to 4 years. I think they're 3-0. They look pretty good. They haven't really played anybody. They played Western Michigan. They played Boston College and then Youngstown. Yeah. But they look better. Maybe they're just playing crap teams. I don't know. Maybe they'll surprise USC. Who knows? Another game to watch in there. Maybe watch it for the first quarter, see what happens.
I mean,
kind of like the Miami USF game.
I mean, they got USC and then Nebraska. Like USC, they've been better off to the start of this year. But I mean, I don't know, Michigan State, man. Like, who did they play? WMU this week, and they won 23-6. And then they played Boston College the week before, won 42-40. Like Youngstown State, they won 41-24. So like,
just don't sleep on them. I'm just saying, they look a little bit better than they used to. Maybe they're not. I don't know. There's just some teams that I kind of hang on to, and I'm like, they're not like killing people, but I could see it, but I don't know. Maybe I'm 100% wrong. I've been wrong before. I was definitely wrong in the USF and Miami game.
That you were. I at least thought their quarterback Byron was going to play a little better, and I think USF they were outclassed by a pretty
top
big margin.
Team. Yeah. Top 5 team will do that too. I think that Miami is a real top 5 team, so
for sure,
I think they're actually in there.
Cool, man.
Good.
Hey,
yeah, that is episode 3. It was a good one.
Yeah, man.
Love it. Stay tuned for next week's. But yeah, there's a lot of good games coming up. We're here for the upsets. We love it right now. We're starting to get into it a little bit. We're starting to get into that like grittiness of it. Starting to love it. Still got some teams playing some crappy teams. I wish Texas would play like a really good team, but I mean they kicked off the year with Ohio State. Kind of worries me with Ohio State how they didn't just destroy Texas with what we're seeing. But it's looking good.
It is.
We almost forgot the Rangers. We got to talk about the Rangers. They're doing really good still.
They are. They dropped one today, which hurt.
Yeah.
They really needed that game.
Yeah, we did.
Went into extra innings. I think it's Pete Alonso ended up hitting a bomb to end it there. But no, they've stayed hot. Looking forward to watching the next couple of series to see how they can go. But man, I haven't been watching as much because I don't want to jinx it.
Yeah.
I paid for the thing where I can watch every single game, but when I was
Yeah.
doing that, they started losing. Now I haven't been, with some of that being due to football, but we've been on a roll. Really excited to see if they can keep it up.
Yeah, they've won 6 out of the last 7 series.
Yep.
So if we keep this up, we should be fine. I think we're playing the Astros. Yeah, we got Astros on the 15th. And we'll go into that series. Yeah, so we need to they dropped under Seattle. I think Seattle jumped them.
They did
in the standing. So
Seattle won again. I think they won 9 or 10 in a row right now. Hottest team in baseball.
Yeah. Other than us.
They're like 1 degree hotter than we are right now.
Just 1 degree. We're right there. If we can come in and like push the Astros, I would really love a sweep. That would be awesome because I think we could almost jump them if we sweep them.
Yeah.
If we get them 3 losses and us 3 wins, I think we can jump them. So I think it's 3.
Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to these next couple of series. You know, we're getting close to October. We're making that playoff push. We're doing everything we can. You know, maybe we can get some of our star players back. Hopefully Seager can come back. I know not Evaldi, Adolis Garcia Bombi. He came back today. I think he batted clean up. So didn't see how well he did, but he finally came off that injured list there. So we'll see how they continue to do there. But go Rangers. Continue to do what you're doing, boys. Yeah, man. But
we got starting pitchers for the Houston games is I don't know how to pronounce. Is it Leiter or Leader?
Leiter.
So we got Leiter, Kelly, and DeGrom.
Hey, that's basically right now our 3 best.
Yeah. So that's a good start.
No, it's going to be exciting. That's our rival playing the Stros. So is it the Rangers home or away?
It is it's away.
Okay,
all 3
make it a little more difficult there. But
Houston doesn't like winning at home. So hey,
we'll see how it shakes out there. But no, I'm really excited across the board for all sports this week.
Mm-hmm.
Really going to be paying attention to my Red Raiders this week against Utah. But then I'm also excited for next week's episode. We'll be in a different environment. Potential star guest on. Maybe X the star, but might have some guests on. So for all you listeners out there, you might hear some different voices. So stay tuned.
We're going to God's country.
We are. We'll be in the mountains.
We'll be in the mountains.
Yeah.
We're at the tippy top of the mountain doing the podcast.
Yeah. Well, you might be.
We'll be in the valley.
I'll be in the valley in the cabin where it's warm.
Warm with the beer.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, man. Looking forward to it.
Yes, sir. Get in there, like, subscribe, do anything you can, comment. Tell us anything you want. You can comment on any of our stuff through Spotify or through, I think the link will take you to anything you can Spotify. Tell us about hot games. Tell us about games you're excited about. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about anything, honestly. But yeah, we are excited for next week and all the games that are coming. We've got some big games. This is Nothing Savvy. We're out.
Y'all stay savvy.